After 14 years, we are now back in Peru. We are in the Cusco region, and specifically, we are in the Pocoyo Rainbow Mountain area. We're here to attempt the Ausangate circuit, which is a 6-day, 5-night hike trek around southern Peru's highest mountain, Ausangate. Our trek will be about 47 miles and a total of 17,000 feet of elevation gain total. We'll be staying around 13,000 to about 17,000 feet for the whole trek. But from this point, from here, we can see Ausangate. It's beautiful and we can't wait to start the trek tomorrow. Alright, it's day one on the Ausangate Trek. We're so excited because the weather looks beautiful right now. We're going to be going counterclockwise. Today is an easy day. We're starting off right now at the trailhead in the Upas community at about 13,600 feet, and everybody's feeling pretty good. That's because we acclimatized yesterday. Today we have a slow day. We have maybe 4.3 miles to go to Upas campsite and less than 1,000 feet of elevation gain. So, and the mountain, Ausangate, is right behind us. It's our first alpaca sighting. There's our support team and our horse train. There's 7 of them and they're carrying everything we need so we don't have to put it on our backs. We love having these big poofy clouds to help us, to give us some shade, but it's also covering Ausangate back there, and we've been waiting for it to clear so we can finally see the summit. We see our campsite for tonight in the valley in the base of the mountain over there. The hillside behind me is covered in stone fences, and every night the alpacas know to go back into the corral for safety. That's like the tiniest frog I've ever seen. We're entering our campground right now. It's Upas campsite, and Ausangate is really big right there, and the bottom is nice and clear, so hopefully that big hovering cloud will go away soon. Made it! Home for the night! It's beautiful! We made it to camp, which means that's the end of day one on the Ausangate Trek. Today's trek was pretty easy. We did about 4.5, a little less than 4.5 miles on very easily graded path. There were some muddy patches, but otherwise it was a beautiful day. Here at camp it's about 14,500 and everybody seems to be doing well. We have the rest of the afternoon off, so we'll be just roaming the hills, maybe going up a little bit higher to acclimate and rest for the rest of the day. It's a foggy morning on our second day of the Ausangate Trek. Yesterday at around 4, it started raining and it rained off and on throughout the night. However, we all slept pretty well. The tent was super warm. They gave us these little hot rubber water bladder that really helped keep everybody comfortable. This morning we have a longer hike. We're going to be going about 7 miles. First, we'll make our first stop at the Upas Lake, and then we'll cross over our first pass today, Arapa Pass, and we will end at about 15.1 today. So not too much of an elevation gain and not too far. The hovering fog and the rocky green hillsides, it looks like we're in Scotland. From camp, we climbed up a few hundred feet, and here we are at the base of Ausangate Glacier on Upas Lake. We veered off the main trail and took a shortcut through. There was nobody on the trail except for us, and look it is so beautiful and peaceful here. The sun even came out just in time for us. We're leaving Upas Lake now, and we're gonna take a shortcut back to the main path, and then it's going uphill to our very first pass. We're about to cross the property line. This time it's a stick. From the lake, we've ascended about 1,700 feet, and now we're on the top of Arapa Pass. The hike this morning so far has been so delightful. It has been beautiful out here, so quiet, so tranquil. It's really just our group on the trail the whole morning. Once in a while, we'll hear the rumbling of the avalanche. We see chinchillas, and it's just been gorgeous. I've been waiting all morning for my chocolate. This is my reward for getting over the pass. Here I go. I'm like eating dirt.
Did Fredy like it?
No, nobody likes it.
There's no sweetness at all.
Yeah. So my friends, that chocolate is not with sugar, so it's not eatable, that one. First you have to prepare with boiled water in order to have a chocolate, then you have to mix it with sugar.
So it's like hot chocolate. So that's what I'm going to have today when we get back to camp. Thunder's been threatening the sky, so we are kind of racing to get to camp, and I think that might be it before the downpour begins. It's hailing, which means it's gonna rain pretty soon. Oh no. We just made it out of the massive hailstorm. It was so much fun to see the white little balls rolling down the side of the mountain and then cascading off the rocks and jumping around on the path. And then when you look up, the whole mountain has turned white. We've been hearing thunder booming around us constantly, but luckily we haven't seen any lightning yet. Somehow this dreary weather just fits this ominous landscape. It's just so awesome. This is our last uphill climb before we get to our camp. Oops, I lied. That last uphill was not our last uphill climb, because we're in the middle of another one, and hopefully this will be the very last one for today. Almost there. We made it. We've arrived at our campsite, Pucacocha, at about 15,100 feet for tonight. Today's trek was, I would say, the perfect description of shoulder season here in Peru. We're in the middle of April, and from the beginning this morning to now, we've experienced pretty much almost all the different types of weather. We had nice, beautiful sun at the beginning. We had sleet and snow and hail and rain, thunderstorms. It was amazing. Although we're sleeping higher tonight, our tents are protected under thatched roofs, so I don't think we'll be too cold. Welcome to the winter wonderland. That is day 3 of our Ausangate Trek. Here at Pucacocha campsite, it's above 15, it's about 15.5. And last night there were so many thunderstorms that came through and avalanches. We woke up and the world around us is just filled with snow and ice and white. It's so lovely. Today, we have a shorter day than yesterday, potentially, but a harder day, because we're going to be going over 2 passes. Right off the bat, we're going to be leaving campsite and climbing about 800 feet up to our first pass of the day, Apache Pass, and then we have another pass, Womisaya Pass, to get to camp. All right, here we go. It's a heart! The pass way off in the distance, that's the tallest one on the circuit, and we'll be reaching that in 2 days. I love this white snow on top of the brown dirt. I gotta get back to hiking. Almost reaching the top of the pass this morning. Yay, we all made it to the top of our first pass today, Apachata Pass, at over 16,100 feet of elevation gain. Elevation. And look at the beautiful view on the other side. Red mountains. It's been a gorgeous hike so far. All right, it's time to get off the mountain and down the other side of the mountain. We've seen so many llamas and alpacas on this trek so far, and they never cease to be so cute. You just want to like hug them. During the dry season, this trail would have been so easy, like fast, nice walking, but because we're in April and it's shoulder season, it's we kind of have to consider all different types of weather, and it makes the trail a lot harder. We're approaching our second pass of the day, Warmisaya, so we have about 900 feet of climbing to go to get to the top of the pass. We've been above 15,000 feet for a couple of days now, and at this higher altitude, it is a little bit harder to breathe. We've all been doing pretty well. Everybody is finding our own slower stride and just taking it one slow step at a time. We see a mini Rainbow Mountain here, precursor to tomorrow's or tonight's Rainbow Mountain. We made it to the pass. It's hailing right now. We see rain behind us, and hopefully it stays that way. This is the other side of the pass. We can see Rainbow Mountain behind us, and I think camp. Even though it was cold and windy up at the pass, we spent quite a long time up here, but we just heard something that sounded like thunder. It can be avalanche, but if it's thunder, we gotta get off the mountain. So here we go. It's so colorful right here. We got all the way down off the pass that you can see behind me. And this spot is just so scenic and beautiful, and it's so quiet. But now we have another climb up to get to camp, about 600 feet to go to get to the top of this climb, and then we go down to camp. this organic material is, it's so interesting. It looks like a thin sheet of paper. Like you can kind of rip it apart, but it stays together like textile or something. Bizarre. This area is so bizarre. After 6 miles of hiking, going over 2 passes and a final ascent, we've made it to our destination tonight, Vinicunca campsite, sitting at 16,000 feet. It's our highest campsite on the whole circuit. So it feels like it's gonna be a cold night. It's snowing, so beautiful. Beautiful morning on the mountains of Peru. It's the 4th day on our Ausangate Trek and it's beautiful. We've got blue skies and some light clouds and everything is clear for today's hike. Today we have our longest day yet. We have 11 miles to go and our first 2 destinations, Rainbow Mountain and Red Valley, are I believe gonna be in beautiful sunlight. So we're so excited. We can't wait to start. Another thing, since it's day 4, that means this is our midway point on our circuit, which means we've all, well, not all of us, but we have new clothes. Rainbow Mountain, here we come. We're on the way to the top viewpoint. Wow, it's gorgeous. It took us about 40 minutes to get here from our campsite, and we made it to Vinicunca, Rainbow Mountain. There's barely anybody up here. The sun is out, sky's clear, it's beautiful. Well, since we don't get stamps coming into the country anymore, we've been collecting kind of fun stamps at different tourist sites. So there's a stamp lady right there. We're gonna go get our passport stamped. After having so much fun here at Rainbow Mountain, we're gonna head up on that trail behind us and go to a viewpoint to look into Red Valley. Wow, oh my gosh, look at this view. We took an extra out and back trail to get to this viewpoint of the Red Valley, and it's totally worth it. It is definitely red. So now we have about 9 miles left to go today, and luckily it's mostly downhill, but now we can see the crowds gathering up at the top viewpoint for Rainbow Mountain. The last couple of days hiking, we saw but a handful of people, and today, walking out from Rainbow Mountain, there's just throngs and throngs of tourists. You can see behind me the station, the bus station, and there's motorbikes and ATV and just massive amount of people. But we're leaving that and we're heading back on the trail, and we'll be out in the wilderness all by ourselves again. Behind me is the Casuños community. Today, leaving Rainbow Mountain, we had to cross through a lot of private land, and each time we crossed the border, we had to pay a toll to the family. We made it to our lunch spot. It was nice walking on the road for the last couple miles. After another delicious lunch, we are back on the road. The weather has changed. Dark clouds are moving in. It looks like there might be some rain coming. We have about 2 hours left of hiking to go before we get to our camp. This is not an illegal activity. It's starting to hail again. We've been hailed on every single day. Ausangate Cocha campsite marks the end of day 4. The day started out beautiful, bright blue skies, clear views. We had beautiful views at the Rainbow Mountain and Red Valley, and then nice relaxing long walk and wonderful lunch. Then the weather turned on us. You know, even here at about 15,500 feet, we are still in very high elevation, and we are at the mercy of the mountain weather gods. Although the weather's been everywhere, it's kind of been consistent. Early mornings have been nice and beautiful, and then the hail will come around early afternoon, and then following hail there's rain and thunderstorms, and then throughout the night we get the wet weather, which will give us a bright, beautiful morning the next day. It's a crisp morning of day 5 on the Ausangate Trek. A short 5-minute walk from our campsite took us to this lagoon right here. It was a nice warm-up because today we're starting off right away with a nice climb up to the circuit's highest pass, Palomani Pass. And at about 16,700 feet, it is the highest that we'll get to on the whole pass. Today's a shorter day compared to yesterday. It's only going to take about close to 7 miles. And that's it, we're ready to go. First morning sun. The last few hundred feet up the pass has been nice and gradual, but we're gonna start to hit a more steep area. Yesterday, before we got to camp, we had to cross that expansive bog and most of our shoes got wet. It's been a good climb so far. We're all keeping our own pace, going nice and slow, taking rests when we need to, but we still have a ways up. We have about 900 feet left to go to get to the pass. I can see the pass! We made it up Palomani Pass, and oh my gosh, this view is incredible. It must be one of the most spectacular sights I've seen in our travels, in our hiking. From the pass, we climbed up this formidable Rainbow Mountain. And we have a 360-degree view all around. Ausangate is right there, beautiful and clear and just shining pristinely on us. We have the lagoon, we have the red valleys and the green mountains. It's just gorgeous up here. We are actually at about 17,100 feet high, and the air is splendidly clear and beautiful and pure. I love it. We've been up here for over an hour and we could stay up here literally for the whole day, but we have to get down and finish today's hike. This is just one of the most gorgeous places we've ever been to. Love it.
Now we are in our highest pass, which is Palomani Pass. So like you see, we are in maybe a really special place. That mountain is really important for the Cusqueñan people. It's our Apu, sacred mountain. That's why here now we are gonna do our coca leaves offering. So now we are gonna leave some offering for the mountain in order to say thank you so much to be here. Ausangate. Anak pacha taytay, taytayinti, Pachamama, Apukuna, Mama Kocha.
So now we're offering the cocoa leaves to the mountain, and we're facing it towards the direction of the sun coming up, and we can make our pile of rocks, and we can ask for our wishes to be granted, and to thank the mountains for safe passage and good weather. Here we go, we're starting our long downhill. I love the Andes. Knew we were gonna see lots of alpacas on this trek, but we didn't expect this. More Rainbow Mountains. We've enjoyed the nice, long, flat, relaxing walks for the last few miles. Now we have one last climb left up to camp. We have about maybe 45 minutes left. It's so big. I thought I was gonna reach up here, but no. There's been a surprisingly varied amount of different landscapes on this trail today. We just went past the land of waterfalls, and now this boulder field. It's big and beautiful, but kind of scary to think of, you know, it rolling down on you as you're walking by.
Made it.
Oh, I've never been so happy to make it to camp. We just beat the rain and sprinkling a little bit, but we're still mostly dry. All right, that's it for the day. We've made it to the campsite for day 5, Sorapata campsite, and the support staff are having so much fun. They've got music on, they're playing soccer. It's just really today, overall everything was perfect. Starting with the weather, we had sun when we wanted it, and we had cloud coverage when we wanted it. We got back here just in time before the little bit of rain came. The trail itself was one of the most beautiful we've ever been on. The hike up to the pass was amazing, but right at the top, wow, we didn't even expect to see a rainbow mountain up there. So that really was the highlight of our day. After the hard climb up, we had a nice climb down and then flat, easy, relaxing walking, and a final ascent back up to this campsite. So overall, I feel like today was one of the most beautiful day hikes that we've ever done in all of our hiking throughout these years. We love it. And this atmosphere, the energy at this campsite right now, it just sums up the whole day and really this trek. This evening's activity is chinchilla hunting, and there's about 3 or 4 of them in the shot behind me right now. One of the most anticipated moments every night after dinner, we get our babies. Look at this one's mine, cute little doggy. He's nice and warm, keeps us all warm.
What's the baby?
Huh? Oh, it's a hot water bladder. So we can put it in our sleeping bags to keep us warm. Oh, it's the best thing about this trek. Morning. It's day 6, our last and final day on the Ausangate Trek, and this morning the mountains are shrouded in clouds, misty mountains. We have a long day, about 10.5 miles. The first part will be going up at 2,500 feet, but pretty gradually in about 3 miles. And then some flat and downhill, and then we'll be spending some time at the lagoons, the 7 lagoons. And then that's it. We get back to our final destination and bus back to Cusco. So we're ready to take on this last day. They just sent us off on our final day with a fun morning dance. Bye, Valley. Wardrobe change again. We've only walked like maybe 30 minutes and this is my 3rd wardrobe change. I like this gradual uphill. As we're getting higher and closer to the pass, we're getting proper snowfall for the first time. Look at the snow accumulating on my poncho. The snow stopped, the sun came out, and now there's like mist just rising really fast up to the sky, and we saw a pack of vicuñas. to the top of Humpa Pass at 16,600 feet. It's the highest we're going to be going today, and it's a beautiful view of the lagoon behind me. Now we're going to be heading down, and our next destination is the 7 Lagoons. Pass. Doot, 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 doot. Poncho on for the last couple of miles. Looks like we're emerging from the rain. This concludes our 6th and final day on the Ausangate circuit. We walked about 11 miles and experienced so many different types of precipitation. Fun day, but we are ready for lunch. It's been a couple days after we finished our trek. We're now at the Sky Lodge outside of Cusco. To get to this capsule hotel that's attached to the side of the mountain, we had to climb up a Via Ferrata for over an hour and a half. But this is our reward for having completed our trek. Our Ausangate Trek was 6 days, 5 nights going counterclockwise around the mountain. We started at about 13,600 feet, and our highest point was at 17,100 feet. And throughout the 6 days, we covered 50 miles and about 17,000 feet of elevation gain. This Ausangate circuit trek is one of the most beautiful treks we've done. We had beautiful campsites, like so memorable. You're on a cliff looking down at the lagoon with the mountain and the glacier right there, and you can hear and feel the avalanche anytime the mountain rumbles. Like, that's just that visceral feeling. We've also experienced one of the most beautiful panoramic landscape view that we've ever seen on any of our trek. It just had everything. We had mountains and glaciers and lagoons and red rocks and green valleys and dark, kind of even like desert-like scenery, all in one scoop. It was just amazing. Ausangate is one of the most impressive, formidable, beautiful mountains that we've ever trekked around. And on this trek, it was in view the whole time. We were able to see it from all the different sides, the different angles, and each side was just beautiful. It was never out of our sight, and we loved that about this trek. Another unique component of this trek are the alpacas and the chinchillas. It was so much fun just seeing the alpacas out on the mountains and in the fields, and they were just so fun to just, they're so pretty, you can't help it. And then the chinchillas, we knew we'd see them, but we did not know anything much about them. And they are like so fast and so quick, and at the same time though, they'll just stop and stare at you like as if they were invisible and we can't see them. So between the alpacas and the chinchillas, we had such a fun time with the animals on this trek. If you want a trek where you are out in the wilderness and in isolation with just very few other people around, this is the trek for you. For most of the time, we were the only ones on the trek. Some days we didn't even see anyone else. However, there's one section of the trek where we visited the very popular Vinicunca Rainbow Mountain, and that is a very popular tourist spot. So I suggest if you want the entirety of your trek to be isolated and quiet, you might want to skip that part. Take an alternate route, and you can do the Vinicunca Rainbow Mountain on a separate day hike. But even then, you're going to be sure to see lots of other rainbow mountains on this trek, and that was one thing we were so surprised to have seen. We must have seen at least 6 or 7 other rainbow mountains on this trek. The Ausangate Circuit trek is kind of similar to the O trek in Torres del Paine, where down in Torres del Paine, most people do the W part and not the whole O. And here, same thing. A lot of people do maybe just 3 or 4 days, just the first part from the trailhead to Rainbow Mountain, but they skip the backside, and it was the backside where we saw the most amazing views. Booking our trek in April, we knew we would be experiencing very unpredictable weather since it was shoulder season, and sure enough, we had all different types of precipitation, from foggy days to mist to rain, hailstorms and snow and icy mist and even sleet. We had it all, but because they didn't drag on for long, it added to the experience. It was pretty fun, actually. It never got too miserable that it became dreadful. We couldn't have done this trek as successfully and as comfortably if we had done it on our own. We had a support team, a guide, 2 cooks, 2 horsemen, and they provided the comfort and the knowledge for us to enjoy this trek even when the conditions were not so good. So thank you, Fredy, and the rest of the team from Flash Packer Connect. We could not have done this trek without you.